What you're seeing here is a Macintosh 512K with original 64K ROMs, retrofitted with a GCC HyperDrive. I'm going to switch the power on now. We hear the startup bong. You can hear the drive fire up. When the drive spins up, it starts booting. You see the HyperDrive flash screen here while it's booting. And we are at the desktop. Faster than any Intel Mac running a quad-core CPU and SSD even. Boosts up to the desktop quite fast. And if we go up to the Apple menu here, we do about the Finder, we see that it is version 5.3. There's 512K of memory. The system file we can see is in this drawer. That's what the GCC calls them, or partition. Is system file version 3.2. And we see it takes 192K on this disk. Now if we look at how big, I'm going to do a Command-I on the keyboard. We can see that this is about 2 megabytes. 2,097,152. That's about 2 megabytes for this system entitled drawer or partition. Then we've got another drawer down here. This one is very small, only about 45K. We've got another drawer down here, which is about 3 megs. So we can see between system and drawer number 1, we've got 5 megabytes stored on the HyperDrive. And then here, we've got about 600K. And on the last drawer here, we've got about 200K. So it's not really much over 5 megabytes on this disk, and I believe the disk is about 10 megabytes in size. So here is the side view with the case opened on this Macintosh 512K. We can see the HyperDrive mechanism here, this black box retrofitted inside this brass gold colored frame that's mounted to the Macintosh frame. Here is the floppy drive here. This is floppy drive model OA-D34V-22. And on top we see some EMI filters. This connector is disconnected because it leads to a fan that's mounted inside the back case, which is currently removed. It works even without the fan though, and we see we've got a filter choke here around that as well, so that no noise from the HyperDrive itself will enter into the system, mess with the logic board, or produce any waving or artifacts on the screen. So what I'm going to do now is show you what happens when I flip the switch and turn power on. And it is loading the individual drawers, which are like modern day partitions now. It's already at the desktop. It's almost finished here. And you can see there's a fair bit of noise. This noise you're hearing now is not coming from a fan. This is coming from this hard drive here, which is an ST506 compatible interface drive. It is not an ST506 drive. It is made by the company MMI. It is model number M112, according to the label that's on this drive. And according to the specifications I found on the internet, that would make it a 10 megabyte, not gigabyte, but 10 megabyte hard disk drive. And again, this is mounted inside an original Mac 512K that is exactly the same as the first Macintosh in 1984, which was 128K, the only difference being the RAM. This has more memory than the Macintosh 128K did, but it has exactly the same ROMs, the 64K ROMs, which came out before the Mac Plus, which came out before the Macintosh 512KE. And this hard drive is actually fairly speedy when you run it on these older Macintosh operating systems, which were written in assembly code, unlike modern operating systems today, which are a higher level and unfortunately slower language to use. And that is the GCC HyperDrive 10 video. Thank you for watching.